It's Thanksgiving 2021, and Paddy has stepped up to the plate here with a great offer for all our customers online. We are giving you a free bet builder. If you have a bet builder on the half-nine game between the Raiders and the Cowboys, you will get a free bet builder for the late game, which is the Bills at the Saints. And who better to come along and mark a card than Tom Carnduff of The Sporting Life. And Tom, the first bet you've picked out for us for this half-nine game, it is a juicy when it comes to almost 22-1. It's the Raiders at the Cowboys. So what's your bet builder for this one?
Yeah, Raiders at Cowboys first up, which is great because it means we avoid that lovely looking Lions v Bears game a little earlier on. But Raiders plus 7.5 on the handicap, under 50.5 total points, under 20.5 total Raiders points, and Darren Waller anytime touchdown scorer in that first game.
Okay, comes into it nicely, just under 22-1. And don't forget about our insurance. Well, if one leg lets you down, you will get a free bet. So first up, we'll start at the top. Las Vegas Raiders, they're getting over a touchdown here, plus 7.5. And why do you like this one?
Yeah, both teams come into this one on the back of disappointing defeats in Week 11. The Cowboys were beaten in that low score against the Chiefs. Las Vegas were beaten by the Bengals. However, I just think that 7.5 line's a little bit too high in favour of the away side. Look, I know they've had their issues in previous weeks, but the unavailability, easy word to say, of CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper as well. Add to that they struggled in their last outing. There's also Elliott's playing with a knee injury as well at the moment. I think any smaller than 7.5 would make me think a bit more. But the fact you're getting a touchdown on this one, it just looks a bit too generous. So I'm going to side with the Raiders on the 7.5 handicap here.
Yeah, 7.5. I understand your logic in that one. This probably feeds into what you've just been saying there for your next one. You're going under 55.5, and I'm guessing the Cowboys' injuries are adding to why you like the unders in this one, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that, we've spoken previously about low scoring Thursday night footballs, the fact that this game then comes a couple of hours earlier than we're used to, I think will only help that. The injuries that we've already mentioned, the fact the line's so high at 50.5 as well, going under 50.5 would have won in the Cowboys' last four. So yeah, for me, under 50.5 total points in this one.
Yeah, 7 touchdowns or less makes sense. Now, we are going to the Raiders. We've discussed the Cowboys' troubles, but you think the Raiders are going to struggle here by the looks of it, if you think that they're going to go under 20.5 points. So why do you think the Raiders will go under that?
Yeah, I think actually kind of looking around the markets that this one's a bit of a decent little value play to bump up that value. We're expecting a low scoring contest. The Raiders back to keep it to, a one touchdown game or so. So taking them to score under 21 points just adds a great bit of value for me. They haven't actually scored 21 points in any of their 3 games since the bye week. They've obviously had these issues in producing, getting the points as well. I think that line, again, like the under total points, it's just a bit too high for me. So saying the Raiders have 20, you could take the Cowboys at 27-ish and you're still getting all of these hitting. So yeah, so that looks good to me, under 20.5 in this game.
So under 20.5 for the Raiders total score. Finally, this one, it will make it up to a nice juicy bet. It's the anytime touchdown scorer markets, and you've singled out Darren Waller. Why have you done that?
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys are the favourites. I like to look to the favourites, but those injury issues kind of bring in some doubt to me on that side of things. So Darren Waller, tight end, popular target for Derek Carr, 116 receiving yards in their game against the Bengals. His average for the season actually sits at 67.8. So it's the kind of form that it shows the kind of form that he's going to come into this game in. Most receiving yards in this Raiders side. So I'm going to back him to strike in this one to make it up to a really nice price.
Yep, really nice price that's coming in at just under 22.1. It is the Raiders plus 7.5 in the handicap. The Raiders total points to be under 20.5, and also the total points in the game to be under 50.5. And it's Darren Waller, the Raiders tight end, in the anytime touchdown scorer markets. That's Tom's bet builder for that half-9 game as the Las Vegas Raiders take on the Dallas Cowboys. And now, armed with that first bet builder, you will be getting a free bet builder off Paddy for the late game. And this one, for me, is the game of the night. The Buffalo Bills are heading to take on the New Orleans Saints, and Tom has picked that one for us in this one, and it comes in up to just under 14-1. So what have you got for your bet builder for this game, Tom?
Yeah, taking the Bills on the handicap -4 over 46.5 total points, and then the touchdown scorer market anytime. Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen, and as you say, just comes under 14-1.
Okay, so we'll start at the top now. The Bills on the road. You think that they can cover a -4 point total? The Saints have traditionally done very well at home when they're underdogs at home against the spread. And people will be looking at the Bills last week. Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense put them in the wood chipper last week. But you think that they can bounce back here? Why do you think that the Bills can cover 4 points on the road?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll be celebrating a winner in the early one going into this one, but the Bills are just turning into an NFL punter's nightmare. You've said it there. The inconsistency of results in recent weeks, heavily beaten by the Jonathan Taylor show against the Colts last time out, but then they comfortably covered the big handicap when they played the Jets the week before. A number of key players are missing for the Saints as well. Let's not forget that, both in offense and defense as well. At -4, I think I'm going to back the Bills, or I'm more than happy to back the Bills to get the job done by at least a touchdown or so in this one.
Okay, that leads us on to the next one. And you think there's going to be over 46.5 points in this one. Why do you think that?
Yeah, I've spoken before, Thursday night football's low scoring, but I'm going to go against my usual trend in this one because that line of 46.5 is enough to tempt me into going over. Even with the injuries and absentees, the Saints still put up 29 against the Eagles on Sunday. They've scored 20 or more in each of the last 4 contests. And the Bills, they've demonstrated in the past an ability to pretty much cover this line themselves. So at 46.5, I'd perhaps expect it just to be a tad bit higher. So that's enough to tempt me into going overs.
Yeah, I have to say I agree with you on that one. Now, for your final 2 parts of this bet builder, you've gone on the anytime touchdown scorer markets, both of them Buffalo Bills players. First up, Stephon Diggs, he's been in great form, and you think he's going to keep the good times rolling here?
Yeah, you mentioned it there. He's been in great form, comes into this one on the back of a brace against the Colts, which I really enjoyed on the fact that I backed him a week before to get a brace against the Jets. But he did get one in that game. It also means that he scored in 4 of his last 5 outings. The Bills averaging 272.9, so just shy of 273 passing yards per game, which Diggs sees 77.3 of those. The Saints allowing over 250 passing yards per game. So yeah, for me, Diggs looks great value to add into this one.
And the final part of this, Josh Allen, he looks big to me here, 2-1 to score an anytime touchdown. You think that he can find the end zone here, Tom?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the reason that caught my eye, actually. I didn't expect him to be around 2-1 in this one. And the Saints are actually, I think it might be because typically they are a strong side in restricting rushing yards against. But I think players missing in that defensive line, you look at the tackles that are going to be absent in this one, probably played its part in the fact that the Eagles had 242. Huge amount of rushing yards in that win on Sunday. We know Josh Allen likes to run with the ball. He has 3 rushing touchdowns already this season, around 34 rushing yards per game average as well. So yeah, the value there and adding him in makes it up to a nice price for me.
So that is Tom Carnduff's bet builder for the late game. Buffalo Bills at the New Orleans Saints. And Tom is going for Buffalo -4 on the handicap line. The points total to be over 46.5. And in the anytime touchdown scorer markets, it's Stephon Diggs, the Buffalo Bills wide receiver, and the quarterback, Josh Allen. Back them to score at any time. That comes to just under 14-1. And don't forget about Paddy's great offer this Thanksgiving Thursday. If you have a bet on the early game, if you have a bet builder on the Las Vegas Raiders at Dallas Cowboys, Paddy will give you a similar free bet builder for the next game, which is the late one, the Buffalo Bills at New Orleans Saints. So good luck with your bet builders on Thanksgiving Thursday.